Do you think the UK is a bit too sarcastic?
No, I think you guys are. You can never be sarcastic enough, as long as you're not joking about bad things.
That's the question. What's going on
The
here?
whole reason I love England so much is because I have never had this much fun in my whole entire life, and I've lived in 4 different countries. And I think
Let me see your passport. In general, if you lot could chat to me, what are your thoughts on the UK?
I'm quite scared, you know.
The NHS is fantastic. It is. Yeah, the NHS is fantastic.
What do I think of the UK? I think it's difficult because I don't have anything great to say about it.
There's nothing great about Great Britain.
There's nothing great.
Very good things in the UK. Good.
Yes.
Yes.
There was a lot of wifeable females in the UK.
Girl with you.
What you said?
What are you talking about?
You said things.
I said good things.
Oh, your mum was on the same page as me, right?
No, I thought you were talking about girls.
Right. I was about to say, damn. I thought, is this MISREP or Babe Station? Like, are we, huh?
I hate that. Fuck the UK though. UK is a cesspit. It is a failed state, if anything. Also, I recently discovered this. I haven't really, sometimes like you might know how it goes. I sometimes have a thought, and then I'm like, this is what I think about that thing now, right, or whatever. Yeah.
I would say like it's just becoming a tougher and tougher place to really like live in and to see the future in. Like, as you say, the energy crisis man have been speaking about, but also it's the feeling of like quite miserableness. Like I just feel like the UK is quite a miserable country in general. It's kind of bad vibes to be around. So that's part of it for me, definitely.
No, I'm not saying it's terrible, but there's nothing great about it.
The pluses to it is you can fall on your ass and still be picked up. Do you know what I mean? I could be a bum if I wanted to and still get picked up by the benefit system and that kind of stuff. But when I look at that kind of system, you're not actually being picked up by them. It's just that they're forcing. They're forced into a situation to look after you.
Although there is a lot of corruption potentially, still people who need help, and I guess humble enough to ask for the help as well, are able to get it in terms of like a universal credit situation or people that are on benefits. So in terms of that, I think there are good things in the UK.
Here's my thought about the UK right now. You know how when you go on holiday and like you're there, and as soon as you land, like most British people are like, I could live here. Fuck me, I could live here. So nice, so relaxed. It's so you go there and you're like, wow. And it's amazing. You spend like a week, maybe 2 weeks here, and you're like, wow, I don't want to leave. And you get back to the UK and you're so depressed. You sort of feel homesick for the place you've just been to. Guess what? People from other countries don't feel that. I think some people, like 70% of the world, is genuinely happy to be home. Like they enjoy the holiday and they're like, oh, what a nice chance to explore another culture. But generally they're like, like home's all right. The UK is not like that. Ergo, it must be the worst place on earth because only the people of this country go somewhere else, don't want to come back, and then immediately want to leave when they get back.
If you are being 100% honest, compared to everywhere else in the world, including all the third world countries and whatnot, I would say you would consider yourself lucky to be born here. And, we're not out here, us four personally in the UK aren't out here struggling every single day. There are people that do that. But in terms of compared to all the other countries in the world, the wealth, there's still a reasonable level of wealth throughout, top to bottom. Not so much bottom, but top to wherever. But yeah, yeah.
I agree still.
I say yeah, because the UK is shit, man. I actually don't like this place. Obviously, big up the NHS. NHS is great. Free healthcare is great. Like when you're comparing the UK to America, for example,
America's a dump blood.
UK seems blessed because America's
mad,
shit. But I think the UK is pretty shit as well. Like why would I want to live here long term? I would love to go to just a hot climate, regardless of where it is.
But what's the reasoning though? Is it just the climate?
Quality of life. Quality of life.
Quality of life.
I feel like other countries, regardless of whether I've been there or not, I would just like to experience life differently from the UK.
I hear you. But is that like permanent though? Or would you like a long stay? Like a couple of years over there, do you know what I mean?
couple of years in different places.
Because that's what I'm on.
But
I'd be
then-
happy to go multiple places.
More time. I understand the UK being a base, like owning property here or whatever else.
Yeah.
Making money here, but then being able to live elsewhere. If you get me.
I hear that.
'Cause that seems like the pattern.
Yeah, that would be like the perfect thing.
I would say personally, I think there are good things in the UK. I think, in terms of like the opportunity that we have living here, I think I see a lot of my friends, these people around me, yourself included, and other people doing well for themselves. And like we live in a again, although the political state isn't the best, but it's a lot more stable than probably other countries, and it could be a lot worse.
Is there any good thing? Any good thing about it? Come on.
The UK, the actual people. I will say one thing about the UK in terms of what's good about it. The people here, whether they be black, white, Asian, whatever, are some of the funniest, most down-to-earth people ever, and it's a shame that the government has been allowed to play divisive games with us since the 50s and make us feel like I'm different to you and he's different to me and this, that and the other. I have more in common with racist Drim from Slough and flipping Abdul from Leicester than I will ever have in common with Kwesi fucking Khartoum just because he's black. I want everyone to understand that. Like, we have more in common as a people than we ever will with any upperclassman. They were born into a life. They can't imagine what it's like for us. If your neighbour's white, if your neighbour's black, if your neighbour's Asian, he's your neighbour. You have never, ever stepped foot inside Westminster. You have no business supporting this government. They are thieves, liars, and scoundrels.
I think, I hear what my brother's saying, but my personal opinion on the UK is I like the UK, personally. I'm born and bred UK. I'm born and bred UK. My people live in the UK. I mean, there are other places as well, but they're in a lot in the UK. And I feel like, going back to what you said first, why can't we go back to our like motherlands or anything and take the experience and skills and stuff and the education back with us? I feel like
it's a lot easier said than done, though.
Yeah, it's a lot easier said than done. And many of the reasons I think why my grandparents came over in the first place are unfortunately still prevalent over there. I don't feel as though there's a lot of opportunity for young men in St. Kitts.
That is true.
I don't think there is. Like there is definitely, like, for people over there, that's fine, but less than the UK.
Yeah.
I think if I was to move anywhere, it would be short term, because as much as I like America, I'm not American. I don't want to live in America.
Nah, you gotta be bred it up,
long
bro.
term like that. I don't want to. I'm a UK boy.
Yeah. Does the UK do anything better than any other country? Like, to the top of your head.
Probably education.
Gun crime. I'll say gun crime in terms of like just comparing to other countries that we see on the news at the majority of the time. You don't see many school shootings like you do in America. Or even the other day, I think a mad situation happened in the Philippines where a guy's gone into a school and shot up all these kids. You don't really see that happening here, to be fair.
The grass is always greener.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying it's good, but I'm saying when you look at other countries, you still have to be grateful that you've got basic human rights.
It could be a lot worse.
There's more than your other countries in the world. Obviously, your third world countries and places that have less options, I guess.
Yeah.
Like they're not just. We're not just set in our way. We get to choose what we do from a younger age. But yeah, from the get, pretty much. Obviously, a lot of people have more guidance than others, but at the same time, when you get older, I think when you get to the age of like 21, 22, you come to realize that you might have loads of options, but you got to be really good at them, because
It's a lot of competition still.
Opportunity?
Stifled. Yeah, especially post-COVID, but a lot of glass ceilings in the UK.
And so in terms of the educational system, I think although it does have its flaws and there are issues with it, we're all like, I guess, like, we've all been through the educational system and got to kind of the level that you can really attain in terms of all getting our degrees, finishing university. And that. So to me, I feel like, again, although there are flaws, we've managed to kind of work our way through the educational system and get to the end goal of it, of acquiring that degree, opening a lot of doors for ourselves. And it relates back to the amount of opportunity that man have now because of that and because of the system that we're living in now. Despite its flaws, despite imperfections, you can try and still work your way around it, make use of it in the best way that you possibly can.
Education.
It's alright. Most people in the UK aren't really educated to be self-critical thinkers. They're kind of taught to just, basically, be a cog, do this, don't really think about it. Persevere through tough times and this, that, and the other. Blitz spirit and all that shit is bollocks, man.
Right now. He said it already.
Healthcare.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
True.
Healthcare. Healthcare.
Last time you went to walking centre, like, or A&E.
Last time I went A&E is when my shoulder came out, so that was last year.
How long were you waiting?
I just got served. I just got seen because it's an emergency. It's an emergency. It's an emergency. Yeah, but my shoulder's out. Yeah, but
How were we talking though?
yeah, but my shoulders out. Yeah, but my shoulders out.
Healthcare, yeah, that's good. Was built on the backs of Jamaicans who were asked to come here during the Windrush and were then deported. As per this country, wouldn't have a healthcare system, postal service, bus systems, etc. without Jamaicans post World War II because the government begged them to come here and then told all the white people here that black people come to take their jobs even though they were asked to come here. You see the games they play. You have to read, you have to be knowledgeable about this stuff because if you're not, you don't know what you're on about.
Look at my shoulder. Look like I can't move my arm. My shoulder's out.
Alright. See, you just got pushed straight to the front.
Not pushed straight through to the front. I got told to go to a separate room, and then I got seen like within 3 minutes.
Priority thing then?
Okay, that's calm.
Because my shoulder came out.
Yeah, for now.
For now, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Also, can I just make a statement? Can I make a statement about free healthcare, right? Yeah? Can I make a statement?
Raise your
My
hand.
dad has been in this country since 1963, yeah? He was born in 1961. In 2021 or 2020 was the first time this guy had actually had a proper doctor's appointment.
But still, I've seen people in there with
You know what it is. I would much rather, yeah, have to wait for 2 hours in a queue and not have my shoulder out than have my shoulder out and be seen immediately. Don't think I won something, I didn't win no fucking prize. My shoulder came fucking out. It's like if it comes out again, yeah, I've got to have fucking surgery or something to reattach the whatever because my shoulder keeps coming out.
I hear you. But
Just talk about it, innit?
There was a study that the NHS did that like black women when they go through labour are something like 1 in 3 times more likely to die than a white woman. And this is the same NHS system that we're looking at thinking, oh my God, like it's so amazing, it's so great. It's not the same for every person in the UK.
a man that might be getting mad at you for like, why are you at the front of the queue when I can't feel my leg. I can't walk, blood.
I was watching.
At least you can walk, nigga. I can't walk.
I was watching any of them. You think I was watching any of them? Bro, I had black dots around the edges of my vision. I was trying not to pass out. You think I was watching anybody else? I was in agony. Bro, no word of a lie, yeah? Somebody, I'm not going to call it, somebody, yeah, dropped me to A&E, yeah? So the A&E entrance is there, and we're in the car park. I couldn't even walk from the car to the entrance. That looked like such a marathon because I was in blinding pain. I was fighting not to pass out. Do you think I care that anybody... bro, that's such an alien concept to me at the time. I'm thankful that I got served. Thank you, NHS. Thank you so much.
I think the one thing bad about England is drugs. If I have to say something, the one thing that
Drugs should be legalised.
shocked me so much is drugs.
And it should be legalised, is that what you're saying?
No, not at all. I'm saying you're at uni. I come back home and people are like, "Oh my gosh, cocaine," and you arrive in England and people are like, oh my gosh, cocaine. Like, there's such, like, drugs here is so, people are like, oh my gosh, you've done ket 4 times this week, like, calm. When anywhere else in the world, people would be like,
That's
oh
not calm,
my
by the way.
fucking gosh.
Yeah, rather be back in the war zone, man. I didn't come here to live in no slum poverty, fam. What the hell is it? Have you ever been Kirkby in Ashfield? It is depressing, bro. Depressing. Like, it's sad. I'm sorry if you're from Kirkby. Like, genuinely, actually sorry. Get help. Like, but yeah, man, the UK is a horrid place. The politicians lie to us, steal from us, generally just take us for dickheads. Most of them should be beheaded in the street, even the good ones, because the good ones never stop the bad ones. So we have to set an example and start again.
If you don't think it's good, question for Rafiq.
All right, go on.
If you don't think it's good, why have you not done it?
Family and friends, everyone I care about is here right now.
That is literally the main
I
thing.
genuinely, yeah, everyone I care about is here.
Bang on. I won't even like moving to another city in the UK. Because, like, if I'm going queer, far down south or something, I'll be like, but everyone's up here. All I know is up here. So to move somewhere so far away, I don't know if I could do it.
Yeah.
23 onwards now. Why have you not left? Innit?
Oh, I want to. There is no lie. But I need to.
When you thinking of disappearing?
I think within the next 2 years. I've got a plan in my head already. Within the next 2 years.
I can hear that.
Within my next 2 years, I don't want to be living
What if
here.
you got a ute here?
Bro.
Touch wood quickly.
Hold on. I don't. First of all.
I don't want to leave because I got it nice. No one's ever done anything to me. I've got it nice here. I haven't faced the kind of racism that I've seen other people face. I haven't faced sexism that I've seen other people face. Like, as a black woman, I'm probably the bottom of the list. Yeah,
But is that
as
because
everything.
if anyone said something to you, you'd be like, who the fuck do you think you are?
But you can't do that in all situations.
Really?
You can't do so say like I don't get a job because I'm a black woman. I don't know that's because I'm a black woman. Do you know what I mean? So I can't. I've never really. I haven't experienced situations that I've seen my friends, my family, other people that I hear on the news go through. Yeah, but I hear about it. But for me, England's done me fine.
I think my mum actually wants to move away, and my dad definitely does. So, like, I do feel like the older people in my family are starting to leave the country. Obviously, the very, very older ones, a lot of them are dead now. So the people that came here have sort of passed on. The people that were, originally born here before me and my family have, made something of themselves and have got to a certain point where they could. And I now feel like, yeah, if I leave the UK, it's like, I feel no loyalty to this country. I will leave as soon as it's, like, suitable for me to do so. Do you know what I mean? The first opportunity, I feel like, yeah, all right, cool.
If you could live in any country of the world, where would you move?
No, I would love to go travelling and do all of that and hardly spend any time here. But I would always have a base in England.
Why? What reason?
Because I've got my peoples here.
Yeah, but what if your people and your family, everything, all moved as one unit?
That's too many of them.
Would it be UK?
Too many of them.
Or would it not?
I would be having to take a tribe of 200 people with me.
I just find it quite interesting in terms of obviously this idea that obviously is quite common in the UK to think, why were we born here or stuff like that. But it's kind of that flip side of it is like if you're born in these countries, like was your opportunity to reach that level of wealth you want to reach as prominent. I feel like we're kind of lucky in the sense that you're born here, you build your wealth if you're able to, and hopefully everyone should be able to some extent. Obviously, there's loads of barriers down when you're at the very lower classes, but at the end of the day, you can build your wealth and then move to where you want to move with that freedom already there, and then you can enjoy yourself in that other country, for example, or go traveling.
A big if.
If you could move anyone that you know.
No, I like the British culture sometimes.
Why?
I like it.
Is there a Brit? Does a British culture exist?
I like going to the pub and being like, you know what I mean? I like that. I like that.
British people are fun. British people.
That's what I mean. I like going to a festival in summer and looking like shit and rolling around in mud and taking loads of drugs and doing everything.
This is what I mean. This is British culture, though. What about this sounds attractive? Like, this is all we have to be proud of.
We're all from small islands. Africa's huge, massive. It's a continent. So it's like there's actually like not, in my opinion, not really a comparison. It's like it's a different question. Would I move to Africa for work? Possibly, quite possibly. Would I move to the Caribbean for work? Again, possibly, but much less likely. Like I'd do Lagos.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd do Lagos. Yeah.
You know as well though, on the flip side of that, just to add a bit of controversy there, I feel like there's not enough people in positions of power that look. Yo, can I say my piece?
One thing.
Yeah, big man thing. He can smell it. He can smell it.
He said, "Shut."
No,
He's silent now.
Maybe arguably the best island in the world. Surrounded by sea.
Wait, we can't see you.
I know. You just have to know I stood up for that.
Talk to me about the UK.
Dog, me did think say I said Jamaica, dog. Bomba.